Right now, there are two versions of you. One checks their bank account before sleeping, calculating if the money will last till the end of the month. The other doesn't even think about it. Same salary, same opportunities, different habits. One taps buy now for a quick hit, then pays for it with stress, overdraft fees, and regret days later. The other feels that same urge and ignores it. That tiny moment? It's not costing you money. It's costing you years of your life, working to pay for decisions you don't even remember making. Because debt doesn't just take your cash. It takes your freedom, your options, and your peace of mind. And here's the part that should bother you. People who never fall into debt aren't smarter than you. They just follow rules most people are too uncomfortable to keep. And the first one? You probably broke it this week and didn't even notice. They don't just swipe the card and hope for the best. They pause for a second and ask themselves, will this mess with me later? That tiny moment right there? It's one of the most underrated finance tips in personal finance. Most people chase quick dopamine, but they lean into a bit of discomfort up front to protect their future. It's like in The Dark Knight, when Bruce Wayne chooses long-term sacrifice over short-term comfort. Same energy, different battlefield. And here's the thing, that pause starts rewiring their entire money mindset in ways most people never realize. They've trained their financial psychology to associate spending with consequences, not just pleasure. So instead of thinking, can I afford this? They think, what will this cost me emotionally next week? That shift alone separates people who stay stuck from those who actually learn how to make money and keep it. Studies in behavioral finance show that impulse purchases drop significantly when there's even a 10-second delay before buying. That's not luck, that's a system. And once they feel that pattern clicking, something else starts changing quietly. In real life, this looks simple but powerful. They're about to buy a $120 pair of sneakers, then they stop and picture their bank account on Sunday night, bills hitting, maybe some stress creeping in. Suddenly, the excitement fades a bit. They don't need motivation, they've built a habit. Over time, skipping just 2 to 3 impulse buys a week could easily save $300 to $500 a month, which can be redirected into investments like S&P 500 index funds or high-yield savings accounts. That's how small habits quietly stack into real financial education and control. And here's where it gets interesting, because once they master this emotional check, they start noticing something deeper. Not every desire is actually a need, and not every one is even real. That's when they begin to separate something most people confuse every single day, and in the next step, you'll see how recognizing dopamine-driven decisions can completely change your financial future. They start catching themselves in the act, like, wait, do I actually need this, or am I just bored, stressed, or chasing a quick hit? That question alone flips the game in personal finance. Most people don't realize how much of their spending is emotional, not logical. It's the same vibe as Friends, when characters make impulsive choices just to feel better in the moment, except here, they choose awareness instead. And once they see it, they can't unsee it. Their financial psychology gets sharper, almost like a filter. Real needs feel calm and clear: rent, groceries, investing, things that move life forward. Dopamine wants feel urgent, loud, and impatient. That buy now energy? That's the trap. So they build a simple rule into their money habits: if it's not essential, it waits 24 hours. And here's the crazy part, research shows that delaying purchases reduces unnecessary spending by up to 30%. That's not discipline, that's strategy. In practice, it's super real. They're scrolling late at night, see a $60 gadget, and feel that pull. Old version of them buys instantly. New version? They wait. Next day, the urgency is gone. They either skip it or realize it wasn't worth it. That $60 stays in their system, stacking over time. Imagine doing that just 10 times a month. That's $600 saved, which could go into ETFs like Vanguard's VTI or even building an emergency fund. That's how to make money decisions that actually stick. And the more they do this, the more control they feel. It's not about restriction, it's about clarity. They're no longer reacting, they're choosing. But this creates a new challenge. Because once they stop chasing every impulse, they start asking a bigger question: what kind of life do I actually want to sustain? And that's where most people either level up or fall back into old patterns. In the next step, you'll see how they lock in stability without feeling like they're missing out. They stop trying to look rich and start focusing on staying financially unshakable. Instead of stretching every dollar to match their income, they intentionally live just a bit under it. It's subtle, but powerful, like in Suits, where Harvey Specter always plays the long game instead of chasing short-term wins. While others upgrade their lifestyle every time they earn more, they create space. And that space? That's where real control in personal finance begins. Their money mindset shifts from consumption to positioning. They're not asking, what can I afford now, but what can I sustain long-term without pressure? This is one of those finance tips most people ignore until it's too late. Data shows that nearly 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, even at higher incomes. Why? Lifestyle inflation. But they avoid that trap by locking their expenses slightly below their earnings, creating a built-in buffer that protects them when life gets unpredictable. In real life, it might look like earning $4,000 a month but choosing to live on $3,200. That $800 gap isn't random, it's intentional. They automate part of it into investments like index funds, think S&P 500, and keep some in a high-yield savings account. Over a year, that's nearly $10,000 saved or invested without needing extreme sacrifices. That's how consistent money habits quietly build wealth while others stay stuck trying to keep up appearances. And here's the twist: once they stop trying to impress people, they start noticing how much pressure disappears. No more chasing trends, no more upgrading just to fit in. But this creates a new kind of strength. They start getting comfortable saying something most people avoid at all costs. And in the next step, you'll see why their ability to say no becomes one of their most powerful financial weapons. They get comfortable saying no, and not in a harsh way, but in a calm, grounded, almost effortless way. No to upgrades, no to trends, no to social pressure that screams you need this now. It's like Stranger Things, when the characters ignore the noise and focus on what actually matters to survive. Same thing here. Every no protects their future, even if it feels a little uncomfortable in the moment. And over time, that discomfort turns into confidence. Their financial psychology starts working for them, not against them. Instead of feeling deprived, they feel in control. That's a huge shift in money mindset. Most people think discipline means restriction, but they see it as direction. Studies show that people who practice consistent small refusals, micro-decisions, are far more likely to stick to long-term financial goals. That's why this isn't about one big sacrifice, it's about daily, repeatable money habits that compound. In real life, it's super practical. Friends invite them to expensive dinners every weekend. They go sometimes, but not always. A new phone drops, they skip it if there still works. Subscriptions pile up, they cancel what they don't use. Saying no to a $50 expense here and a $100 expense there could easily save $400 to $800 a month. That money can be redirected into assets like ETFs or even dividend stocks like Coca-Cola or Apple. That's how to make money decisions that actually build something over time. And here's where things start to level up, because once they master saying no, they don't just avoid bad decisions, they create space for better ones. But to do that consistently, they need something most people avoid completely: full visibility of their money. And in the next step, you'll see why knowing exactly where every dollar goes can be the difference between control and chaos. They don't wait until the end of the month and hope everything worked out, they check their numbers every single week. Not obsessively, but consistently, like brushing their teeth. It's the same mindset you see in Breaking Bad when Walter White tracks every move with precision, except here, it's about control, not chaos. This weekly habit turns vague money anxiety into clear, actionable awareness. And once they see their cash flow clearly, they stop guessing and start deciding. Their financial psychology becomes grounded in reality, not emotion. Instead of thinking "I think I'm okay," they know exactly where they stand. This is one of the most overlooked finance tips in personal finance. Research shows that people who track their expenses weekly are up to 40% more likely to stay within budget and avoid debt. Why? Because visibility kills surprises, and surprises are what usually trigger bad money habits and impulsive decisions. In practice, it's simple and powerful. Every Sunday, they sit down for 15 to 20 minutes and review everything: income, fixed expenses, variable spending. Apps like Mint or Nab help, but even a basic spreadsheet works. They might notice they spent $180 on food delivery that week. That's a signal, not a failure. Over a month, that's $700 plus that could have been partially redirected into investments or savings. That's how to make money work for them without increasing income, just by paying attention. And here's the part most people don't expect: once they see their money clearly every week, they stop fearing it. There's no more "I hope I'm okay." They know they are, or they know exactly what to fix. But this clarity leads to a deeper shift, because when money stops being confusing, they start questioning something bigger. What does success even mean to them? And in the next step, you'll see how redefining status changes everything. They stop chasing the image of success and start building the reality of it. Instead of flexing with cars, clothes, or upgrades, they quietly prioritize peace, control, and options. It's like the pursuit of happiness. Real success wasn't about looking rich, it was about finally having breathing room. While others spend to impress, they invest to escape pressure. And that shift alone rewires their entire approach to personal finance. Their money mindset evolves into something most people don't even consider. Status is no longer "what do I own?" but "what do I not owe?" That's a completely different game. In financial psychology, this is called internal validation, when decisions are driven by long-term alignment instead of external approval. And here's the truth: high earners who chase status often stay broke, while those who value freedom build real wealth. That's why this is one of the most powerful finance tips nobody talks about. In real life, it shows up in quiet decisions. They might drive a reliable car instead of upgrading every 2 years. They choose a comfortable apartment they can afford easily instead of stretching for something flashy. That difference, sometimes just $500 to $1,000 a month, gets invested into assets like index funds or dividend-paying stocks. Over 10 years, that gap could grow into 6 figures. That's how to make money work long-term without needing a massive income. And here's where it gets deeper, because once they stop tying their identity to things, they start building it around principles. Not trends, not pressure, principles that guide every decision. And one of those principles has been around for centuries, quietly shaping the behavior of those who avoid debt at all costs. In the next step, you'll see how one simple truth changes the way they see borrowing forever. They take this idea seriously: the borrower is slave to the lender. Not as a quote to post, but as a rule to live by. It's the same kind of grounded wisdom you see in The Chosen, where simple truths carry real weight in everyday decisions. They understand that debt isn't just financial, it's psychological. It limits choices, creates pressure, and slowly takes away control. And once they truly get that, they stop treating debt like something normal. Their financial psychology becomes centered on ownership and autonomy. Instead of asking "how can I afford this monthly?" they ask "do I want to owe someone for this?" That question alone changes everything in personal finance. Statistics show that the average American carries over $90,000 in total debt across mortgages, credit cards, and loans. Most people normalize it, but they don't. Their money mindset is built on freedom, not obligation. And that's what separates them long-term. In real life, this looks like choosing patience over pressure. They might delay buying a car and save to pay a large portion up front. They avoid carrying credit card balances and use cards only if they can pay in full. Instead of financing everything, they prioritize building an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses first. That foundation alone reduces financial stress dramatically and keeps them from falling into reactive decisions. That's how to make money decisions that protect, not trap. And here's the shift most people never see coming. Once they remove debt from the equation, they don't just feel relief, they gain momentum. Their income starts working for them, not against past decisions. But now a new question shows up. If they're no longer stuck paying for the past, how do they start building the future faster? That's exactly where everything you've seen connects, and what comes next might change how they approach money forever. Remember how overwhelming it felt to constantly worry about money? to second-guess every purchase, and feel like no matter how much you made, it was never enough? Now you see it clearly, those patterns weren't random. They were habits, shaped by financial psychology and a lack of structure in your personal finance system. But now, you've started to shift. You've seen how simple money habits, applied consistently, can give you control, reduce stress, and finally show you a real path on how to make money work for you instead of against you. So let me ask you, are you going to keep living on autopilot, or are you actually going to take control starting today? If this opened your eyes even a little, then don't stop here. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the truth is, most people never learn this kind of financial education, and that's exactly why they stay stuck. You're not here for average results. You're here to build a strong money mindset, master your habits, and create a life where money stops being a source of stress and starts becoming a tool for freedom. Now, if you're serious about taking this to the next level, there's something that can help you go deeper. The Material Holistic Health, Nourish Your Mind, Balance Your Finances, Transform Your Life shows you exactly how to create consistent income streams, eliminate debt step by step, organize your cash flow weekly, and stay mentally strong even under financial pressure. This isn't vague advice, it's a clear system you can follow. Click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. It's your time. Check out the material in the pinned comment.